Okay, I'm live again. Let's wait for a few people to get on. I once again had issues with sound. Um, you would think I would have this together, but sometimes I use different software to go live. So let's see. Okay, can you hear me? Somebody let me know as I'm just rambling if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Oh my goodness, yes, okay. So what happened was I got this all set up. I thought I set it up right, and it was 45 minutes before it was time to go live. So I went outside, had some breakfast, came back in, and my camera went to sleep mode. So then things just weren't working right. Anyways, so let's wait, see if a few more people can get here. Yeah, and then when it went to sleep mode, I couldn't change it to pick my microphone and to, yeah, I obviously can't schedule too far in advance, like I said, because the camera goes to sleep. So today's video is going to be very exciting. I'm going to talk about some new skincare or my new skincare routine. One of the products is new that I am doing now that I'm in Tennessee and the air is so humid, you can cut it with a knife. So I think it's been 40 years since I've 35, 40 years since I've lived in a super humid environment. When I was in Florida part-time, it was never in the summer. So it was never that humid. And it was in a beach condo and there was just a nice breeze all the time. So now that I'm in Tennessee and I have been gardening all summer and just sweating like crazy, my skin has not been doing as well with my base skin routine. So we're going to talk about what I'm doing now. I'm also going to do some eyeshadow. Comment I had just last week. Someone asked, can I do something besides neutral eyes? Because that's what I'm always testing out, neutral eyeshadows, because that's what I wear. But I did get in the mail this Sakura palette. Look how beautiful this is from Ultra Ego. And they, of course, I immediately go towards my favorite shades kind of right here, but they have all these beautiful greens. So we're going to try and do a green eye today. And we'll talk a little bit about travel, what I'm packing for travel. And I did get this new little travel bag. I'm from BK Beauty and PR. I'm sure if you watch other mature beauty channels, you've probably seen other people talk about this. I did get an email today saying that this little travel bag, which is a little brush travel bag, is going to be sold out soon. So they're getting really low in stock, but they have a huge restock order in October. So if you don't get this little bag now, then you can restock or purchase it again in October. In the description box, I don't know if it comes up now. I should even look at my own channel. In the description box, I have a link to BK Beauty. I do get a small commission if you click on my link, but otherwise you can just go to the BK Beauty website and order directly. Let's see. Let's see if you can see. Oh, it's talking to me. Let's see if you can see. Oh, it's talking to me. Oh, yeah. So you can go to the BK Beauty website. All right, let me turn this off because it's stop. Yeah, okay, because it was an echo. All right, so let's go ahead and get started we've got people from all over, from Pakistan. All right, Rima, Melanie, Nora, Carrie, Eileen. Thanks for watching. I like doing lives. I like doing lives because I can just talk normal and I don't have to go back and re-edit everything. Skincare. So let's talk about what I've been doing different with my skincare now that I'm in a more humid environment. So by the end of July, I did want to say, I don't know if any of you noticed, I am 6 weeks post-surgery, and I'm without a sling right now. So I don't know if you haven't noticed that, I don't have a sling on my arm. Actually, the doctor's appointment's tomorrow, but my physical, I'm going to miss it for another week because we're traveling. And my physical therapist said it's okay around the house not to be wearing the sling. Just don't lift anything heavier than a coffee cup. So, okay, back to skincare. I had noticed that my skin, I was just getting bumps, just all kinds of bumps on my forehead and all along here. And I was doing a lot of exfoliation, chemical exfoliation, but I did change up my daytime moisturizer. So I was using the e.l.f. Holy Hydration moisturizer, but what I am doing now, I wash my face with Dove Beauty Bar. That's what I wash my face in the morning. But whatever you wash your face in the morning, when I get out of the shower, I still use my needleless serum. This is a dermatology. Is it going to focus? Yeah, the dermatology needleless serum. I still use this. It's got the copper peptides and tripeptides and niacinamide and all those things that are good kind of protectant, antioxidant, ingredients to protect my face before I go out in the sun. But I have been using, and this was sent to me in PR, Kate Somerville Hydrocate. So it's another one of these like this. Okay, so this is a recharging water cream. Now I'm trying to remember who else sent me a water cream like maybe a year or two ago. It might have been e.l.f. e.l.f. might have a water cream based moisturizer also, but it almost feels cooling like a gel. And it is very lightweight feeling. So even though it says that it's, their hydrating cream, they say you can use it day and night, but I've just been using it day. I did try it day and night, and it wasn't quite enough nighttime moisturizer. I felt like I was getting a little tight right around the eyes. But it's really nice and light during the day. And so if you haven't tried a water moisturizer, it's almost like a gel type moisturizer. It was e.l.f. and it might have been in a longer tube that they had theirs. Anyways, really like it. It has cleared up my side bumps by switching my daytime moisturizer. Like I said, initially I did use it for almost 2 weeks, day and night. And then I was just kind of noticing it was getting a little bit tight around here. So I did switch back to my Hodgepodge, still using the La Mer. I know I hate telling people I use La Mer at night, but I do love it. It still makes my skin feel so good. But because it's a heavier cream, I have not been using it every night. So I've been mixing it with the Milk vegan nighttime moisturizer. But I did pull out my under eye recovery from City Beauty to put around the eyes because, like I said, I just didn't feel like the water cream was enough moisturizer. And since it's been a few hours since I moisturized, I'm going to get ready to do my makeup. I am going to moisturize right now. Give it a few minutes to sit in. Just tap it in. Use my Embryolisse on my face. Okay, so what else am I doing? Sometimes, not every day, but sometimes during the day, I will also use the Dermatology LA Refining Serum. This is a lactic acid serum, and it says you can use it during the day. Typically, I always try to do my chemical exfoliation at night. I do still use the Drunk Elephant at night. And then I also pulled out, this is something I used before I started YouTube, before I even knew what hyaluronic acid was. I mean, they had the whole list of ingredients and it was all Greek to me because I didn't know anything about skincare. I was just following an Instagram influencer. And this was the brand that she said her mom used. And so I was like, okay, your mom's probably my age. But anyway, it was the Colleen Rothschild. And there are 2 products that I still use after 5 years. It's the Melting Balm, the cleansing balm, And this mandelic acid, again, these are the lactic acid and the mandelic acid are the two most gentle chemical exfoliants out there. So I guess something about their molecules being bigger so they don't necessarily penetrate as deep, but then they don't irritate the skin. This one with the glycolic acid, Drunk Elephant, is definitely stronger. So I will just reach at night. I mean, they're just all sitting on my counter and I just grab one and put it on before I go to bed. So I have been using some form of chemical exfoliation every night before bed. And I used to only do it like 2 or 3 times a week, but now I'm doing it every night. It's usually one of these two, the LA refining serum or the mandelic acid. But when I do that faithfully, those little bumps go away. And then I skipped a week and I could feel some bumps coming back. I could feel them just coming back like under the jawline. So, I'm back on the, even when I'm traveling, make sure I take that with me because sometimes I forget to take all my skincare when I travel. Yeah, I just need to keep those pesky bumps away. Okay, so again, not a whole lot changes, but I did move to a water cream moisturizer. Love this one by Kate Somerville, the Hydrocate. So I really appreciate them sending it to me. But again, e.l.f. Has a kind of water cream or water-based gel type moisturizer, which is very lightweight also. And I really did like that. Okay. I'm going to also do my makeup today and use some different products. So one of the products I got, I can't remember if I talked about this. It's the Milk Makeup Future Fluid All Over Cream Concealer. I think I might have talked about it on a concealer video. If I didn't, I filmed a concealer video and I just never posted it. But this is a pretty thick, full coverage concealer. And even though my skin doesn't feel good, especially because I haven't been to Florida. Well, I just got back from Florida. I got back from Florida yesterday. We were only there for 2 full days, and I was only on the beach 1 day under an umbrella with sunscreen on. So I really didn't get sun on my face. And, a lot of my hyperpigmentation and melasma and everything, of course, has faded because I'm not playing pickleball outside in the sun and I'm not in the beach, walking the beach. I used to walk the beach and I would get lots of sun on my face. So I am just going to put a couple of dots of this cream concealer on my hyperpigmentation. And then on my nose tends to look dark. Is this too bright? Let me turn this down a little bit. I feel like it was reflecting too much on my skin. Oh, Refer, they were having their, it's a delayed turning down. They're having their 40%, buy one, get one. Yeah, they're having the buy one, get one sale. It's still going on. They don't just do it for a week. So if you did not order Refer brushes yet and you wanted to, they are having the buy one, get one sale. This is their 32 concealer brush. Now, I don't know if you noticed, so I can bring my hand up here, but I still have range of motion issues. So, and I can rest my elbow up here, and that's very comfortable for me right now. So, yes. So last night? Last night was a big night for me in my rotator cuff surgery repair because that was the first time in a long time, because it hurt even before I had my surgery, that I could actually use 2 hands to take out and put in my contact lens. I guess yesterday I used 2 hands. So forever I was having to do it with my opposite hand and then just kind of stare, look up and shove the contact lens in, but I could actually get my hand up to my eye, which was a big deal. Big deal in the baby steps. Okay, so this really is not a perfect color match for me. What shade is this? 17W. Yeah, it's a little dark. Actually, I think I did do a concealer video and I noticed it was dark, but I used it underneath the skin tint. So maybe I'll use it underneath skin tint. This is my makeup bag that I packed for Florida. I only used a couple of things, so I didn't even unpack most of it, but just to show you what I had packed. I packed the Jones Road, their loose powder. I did pack the Jones Road Miracle Balm in Flushed, not the one that goes all over the face. I packed my BK Beauty 109 brush, and it looks so clean because I was sitting before I went live. I cleaned all my brushes, so but that's the only brush I packed. I did pack my Givenchy Prism Libra pink blush, very, very bright. My Beyond mascara, my Rephr eyelash curler, the L'Oreal Infallible Gel Eyeliner, Kosas Lip Oil, Natasha Denona Concealer, my City Beauty Lip Oil, and this is what I was reaching for, the Hourglass Hydrating Skin Tint Veil. So that's what I'm going to use. There are a few more things. I've got my City Lips. I did put a Chanel in here. Oh, and the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize. Then there's stuff like the little sewing kit, my eyeglass case, a puff. Oh, and a brow pencil. Maybelline Ultra Slim brow pencil. Annette moved from Southwest Indiana, loving the humidity. It is definitely something to get used to, but I'll tell you what I am loving. You should have seen my dahlias when I came back. In fact, I will post in the community page, I hope I remember, my daughter cut them. She made 3 arrangements for me yesterday. And so she cut a ton of them, but I will post in my community page a picture of the arrangements so you can see them. Never been able to have this beautiful garden. They were stunning. Huge, huge dahlias. Okay. Now, for those that don't know my love for the Rephr eyelash curler, they now have 2 sizes. So the size I love would be the 18R. They have an 18 and a 20. 20 is like shaped like a regular eyelash curler. The 18 is just a little flatter. It's not as curved, a little flatter and just a little bit longer. So for me, with my shaped eyes, I can go tip to tip, without having to do this and then going like this. So that's why I like the Rephr. The ones that they sell are a little different too. They have like a double wire at the end. I don't know why they did that. It feels just tighter on my fingers. But you get a bunch. You get like 3 to 5. I think it's 3. You get 3 pads when you order them too. All right. Well, I think that concealer, once it kind of settled in, doesn't look too bad. All right, let's try the Hourglass Veil. I know I like this. It's a very, very, very lightweight skin tint, but I think that's all I need. I don't know why I'm putting it on the back of my hand. Like that's how I normally put it on. I just normally put it on with my fingers. And then I might brush it out with a foundation brush. Or I might just continue to rub it in with my fingers. It's so interesting to me, after being on YouTube for 4 years, the things that you change or like things that I do to film, and then I just kind of slip back to what's comfortable. And the reason I slip back is I would get so many comments on not using your fingers to put on makeup. And so then I would always use a brush, when in the reality, I still used my fingers when it wasn't on camera. So it's just faster. But I do always use my Stands Out Beauty Sponge. And it was not in my bag that I took to Florida because I have one in Florida already that I always leave in the owner's closet. Okay, so there's the skin. I like it. It's very natural looking. You still can see my hyperpigmentation. It's not a flat face, but nobody, I would hope, nobody would be like, oh, look, it's, her hyperpigmentation. I wonder if she thought about doing anything, except maybe an esthetician. Esthetician might be analyzing and saying, oh, we have a laser that can do that. And then, because they do mention it to me a lot. And I'm like, oh, no, I can't do lasers. I can't do, I have melasma. And then they're like, ooh, okay, because they know that they can't do their lasers on melasma. Okay. Then I'm just going to lightly use this Jones Road powder. I just like this tint. This tint is very good tint for me. Use a big fluffy brush. This is a BK Beauty 104. I have so many giant powder brushes now. I used to have none, and now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 that are like this big or bigger. Oh, I used to have one. Oh, I loved it. It was MAC brush. It was a fan brush. I just don't have it here because I don't use it here, but that was really soft. That was a nice powder brush too. But I just wanted a little light coat of powder, nothing to make me look dry. Oh, I'm going to try this. Alter Ego also sent me some of their eyeshadow base. They've sent me a lot of different eyeshadow bases, or usually when they send me their newest product line, they will always include a new base, but usually I don't use a base, but I'm going to try it today because I'm going with a color, and let's see if it'll make the color last longer. So put it here. It's a very, very moisturizing base. So I used to use the MAC paint pot, and that's kind of thick and drying, but of course it doesn't move, and it's thick enough that if you had redness or veins in your eyes, it would cover all of those too. So this one, oh, it is drying down nicely though. So this one is very nice and moisturized. Feels moisturizing going on, but it does dry down nice. Okay. Peter Thomas Roth has one too. Okay, so I didn't notice that comment initially, so I'm trying to back up and think about what Peter Thomas Roth has. I do have a lot of Peter Thomas Roth products. Okay, so this is just a nice, clean, fresh base. And let's start, let me throw this back in. Now I've got all this stuff in front of me. I can't do anything. It's all in my way. All right, I do want to powder my lid though. So all I did was take just, I mean, there's barely any powder here because I didn't want to dip it in the powder and make it really heavy on my eyelid. And I think, you know, this feels a little tacky. So I'm still just going in the lid. What was I going to say? Eyeshadow bases are a little tackier and then some are really dry. I like to powder it. Well, they're tackier so your eyeshadow will stick to it, but I like to powder it so I don't get like a darker blob of color because I'm going to use a color. Hello from Florida. Hello. Okay, let's look at this palette. Can you see it? Can you stop focusing on me? Okay, look at this. Oh no, don't focus on me. All right, I'm just going to talk from behind. So it's got all of these beautiful, these green shades, pink shades, and brown shades, and it goes dark, so I can use it as eyeliner. But can I tell you, I just love looking at this packaging. Packaging makes me happy. And this is just so incredibly beautiful. Oh, this palette, it's only available on the Alter Ego website, shopalterego.com. I think you can save 10% using my code. It's down in the description box. I think it's Lisa M10, I think. But it's $20. This palette is only $20 for all these colors. Okay. So I'm going to start just using a round brush. Did I say round brush? Just a typical small fluffy brush. This is the number 14 from Refer. And I'm just going to go in with this spring shade right in the middle, this one right here, and just go all over my eye as a base. Oh, let me pin my bangs. So I'm just going to go blend it in. Oh, you know what else I saw? It's in my little overnight bag. I saw my little bag of eyeshadow applicators. Actually, let me see if I have some right here. Darn it, I don't have them. Anyways, the sponge tip applicators, because before Refer, the reason Refer started sending me brushes was they saw a video I did like 3 years ago saying, throw out your brushes, use sponge tip applicators. And they're like, hey, would you like to try my brushes? And I said, well, actually, I was one of your original Kickstart, because the company started as a Kickstart campaign, and I bought all of your brushes. I bought your full set, and I do use your brushes. And he's like, well, how about we send you the new ones? So now that's how my relationship with Refer started. But I thought using these deep greens, I really wanted to use the sponge tip applicators. I'm trying to think if I have any here. I hate to like be gone for a while digging through my overnight bag. I don't know. If I ever spoke of why you did not like Arizona. Yeah, it was just brown and it was hot. And it was so spread out. And I've always wanted a garden. Like when I envisioned where I was going to live the rest of my life, it was always more like a colonial house, even though we didn't buy a colonial, but in my mind was like a brick colonial with, the garden, the cottage garden kind of look with peonies and hydrangeas and all those beautiful flowers. And you cannot do that in Arizona. I did have beautiful roses when I took care of them. When I stopped taking care of them, they got kind of scraggly. But I did have beautiful roses, and roses did bloom twice a year in Arizona. But yeah, it was just dry. It was sprawling. I just didn't have that sense of community that I've had in other places that we lived in, smaller towns and everything. So that was why it just was not my favorite place. All right. Should I run and grab my, oh, I'm going to have to leave because I did not plug in my Mac and I just got a low battery warning. I will be right back. Please don't leave. Oh, don't disconnect. Okay. Got my, now I have my overnight bag right here. And though I was throwing stuff on the floor looking for my charger, and I probably didn't throw. Oh, right here, sponge tip applicators. Okay, we will try them with sponge tip applicators. Okay, the reason why I liked sponge tip applicators and way back 4 years ago was you get so much pigment so quickly on your eye. So instead of having to build up with the brush, you can just get a ton of color and then actually kind of just blend out. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to just swatch a couple of these because I'm not sure which green I want. So that one's pretty light. That is called, I can't read the back, Wilt. It's called Wilt. It's this lighter one here. I'm going to go right for the darker one. Ooh, I think I'm going to use that one. That one is called, Lush. I was like looking for my magnifying glass, but I think I don't know where I put it. Oh, and this one's really pretty too. This one's called Twinkle. Oh, no, it's not. I'm reading on the back, but the colors are under here. So these were the Wilt. This one is called, the first one was called Fair. So I've got Fair, Grove, and Twinkle. Ooh, I really like Twinkle too. That would be so gorgeous at night. But I'm going to use Grove because it's the middle of the day. You still use your fingers for makeup too. Yeah, I can blend it. Yeah, I agree with you. Hello from Western Colorado. You know, Colorado is my favorite state. If I could have retired anywhere, it would have been Colorado. I lived there for 2 years out of college. I was stationed at Lowry Air Force Base, which was in downtown Colorado. But they closed it. So, but my husband was like, I don't do snow. Well, of course, it snows in Tennessee, but it's still not as cold and as Colorado. And the cold season is not as long, even though Colorado is a dry cold. Just like Arizona is a dry heat, Colorado is a dry cold. But my husband was like, no. Okay, so I'm going to take this dark color right here on the end, this Grove, on my sponge tip applicator. And I'm just going to go, what I'm looking for is the third of my eye. So you've got your iris is the middle third. And then so the outer edge of the iris, to the corner is a third. And then the inner edge of your iris to the inner corner is a third. So I'm putting this on my outer third. It's kind of awkward. You can't see, but I'm actually holding my elbow up because I can't really, I don't have any strength in my arm yet. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, I will say for as dark as it went on my fingers, I don't feel like it's as dark on my eye. And then sometimes to get it, like I've kind of got it just at the tip and it's not really at the third. I don't think if I'm looking straight, I go straight down. Oh, that's better. Yeah, it's better when I hold my eye a little taut as far as getting color. There we go. All right, let's do the other eye. Oops. I feel like this eye's got more like veins. I feel like it's got a vein going through it. All right, let's kind of soften the edge. Just up at the top. And then for the center, I'm going to kind of just go in. I want to go pink. Of course, I want to go pink because I love pink, but or should I go this kind of neutral pink or this neutral gold? Maybe I'll do the neutral. It's called Live. Kind of a neutral taupe look. And then what I do is I just kind of tap it on the edge so that it goes a little more seamless from light to dark. So I'm not going to like blend and swish the colors back and forth. If I do anything, it's just kind of in a downward motion, tapping, but I really think the applicator right on the edge is better. Oops. I have like no dexterity in my, or no control of my arm. It's just wherever my hand leads it. Make sure it is really easy to get into that little corner. And then I have just a teeny flap. So I'm half Asian for those that didn't know. So I have a half kind of flap, but it is enough that a lot of times my eyeshadow does not get into that little deep down inner corner. Because what I do is I accidentally hit up here, which is what I did. Okay. This is a daytime look, so I think that's looks good. I'm going to put a little bit more now just up in the transition. Oh, it's really hard for me to do this side. Okay, and then I'm just going to use my fingers to soften that. Okay. sandal haul. I actually have these neutral sandals that I saw on Instagram. I am the sucker for the sales pitch. And that's kind of what I've been wearing all summer long. They're just slightly wide. If you have wider feet, probably be great. But there is 0 break-in period. I think they're called like by Abio or something. Should I grab them? I'm going to grab them. Okay. So, I mean, you see this style sandal everywhere, but these are very neutral. ABEO, Abio. Yeah, they were totally an Instagram thing. I don't know if you can see though that, and maybe this happens with all of them, but you can kind of see how like they squish down and get kind of these lines, but they are so comfortable. Yeah. And I literally wear them with everything, any color, everything. I don't have any thong style because I scuffle kind of when I walk, and I was so afraid of tripping this spring. I stumble a lot. And so yeah, I really did not do any like flip-flop style sandals this summer. Oh, but I did get one more beautiful pair. Bionics. Okay, I'm gonna have to show you. Sorry for those that aren't interested. I'm sorry. I tell you, I'm like a dog with a squirrel. Look at these. Oh my gosh. And it's Velcro. So I could do it with one hand. I have worn these. So comfortable. And it's a nice fat, sturdy heel. Super, super comfortable. They had them in different colors too, but I love this peacock blue. But Vionics. You see that? Vionics? Yeah. The high tide. Yeah, I did get one other pair of Vionics. Ouch, that kind of hurt reaching for this. Just your standard little flat things because they're like so squishable. I had a pair of this color, similar color. This one's a little yellower in Dolce Vita, I think it was. But they are so stiff that I never wear them because they're just so stiff. So anyways, I think that's it for shoes because since I was wearing sling for 6 weeks, I really hadn't been dressing up and going out anywhere. So just now, just in the last week, I've made some friends and I've been going to lunch and yeah, having fun in Tennessee. Okay, so this is the eye. Let me put on some eyeliner and then I'm going to put green around the eyeliner too. So I'm just going to use the L'Oreal Infallible 36-hour gel eyeliner. They have another one that's like maybe 24-hour or 16-hour, but I like the 36-hour gel liner because it does last. I mean, I could use it every other day and still have eyeliner on. So I'm gonna put it close to the base of my lashes. And yes, I now have to lift my eye to get to the base of my lashes. Oh, I forgot to talk about this skincare. I did start using the Revitalash serum again. I stopped using a serum last summer just to see, I did have a little discoloration on the eye. I just wanted to see if it would go away, which it did. It kind of fades like my melasma and everything, that eventually it faded. But then my eyelashes got really sparse and this front part of my eyebrow got sparse too. And I really liked when my lashes were longer and thicker. So I am starting to use the Revita lash. Before I was using Rodan and Fields. I can't remember what their lash booster was called. Is it called Lash something? Lash Boost? I don't even remember. But that's the one I used for years, and I really like that one. So if this one doesn't work, I'll go back to the Rodan and Fields. Okay, so I just did some liner. I'm going to take the little sponge tip and soften underneath. I used a curling iron today for the first time in 3 years, but I do not iron up here. I just do it on the ends. But when I blow dry my hair, it comes pretty straight. And then I just went like that. Yeah, it's been a long time since I used a curling iron, but I did use it today. I use a 1.5 inch barrel. And it's like a Conair. It's a gold barrel. It's like their ceramic one, and you can get them on Amazon. Okay, now I'm going to go back in with the same green on using the edge of the side edge of my, this green is pretty soft. Like when I'm pushing on it, like I can see dents in it. It's almost like a cream to powder version eyeshadow. But I almost wish it was more powdery than creamy. They're not all that formula. I wonder if it's a different, it's a special formula. Okay, I'm going to go in with this little more powdery one on the outer edge because I feel like it will go over the eyeliner better. All right, mascara. Oh, maybe I'm going to try the Jones Road one again. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a double. I'm going to use the L'Oreal Voluminous, what do you call this? Primer, lash primer, because my lashes are so thin. In my 40s, I would forget to put mascara on. Once I curled my lashes, I could not tell if I had mascara on or not because my lashes were so thick and black. And now they're thin. So I'll put this primer on, let it dry. Blush, I think I'll just use, because it's sitting right here, I'll use my Givenchy. Well, maybe, do I have something else new? Sometimes when I buy makeup, I just throw it in this bin. But then sometimes after I've demonstrated it, I throw it back in this bin. So I don't always remember what's new. Oh, this isn't new. That's not new. Oh, here's something that I don't think I've used. I bought this at Sephora. It's a Summer Fridays. There's a blush stick. So take my number 17. Okay, so I watch the BK Beauty little videos, Lisa J. I mean, she's amazing. And I always watch her shorts, and she always talks about doing her blush this way. I've always been a put a streak on and blend it out. But I've lately been trying her way. And guess what? When the professional makeup artist tells you to do it one way, it tends to work really well. So the shade is called, gosh, I cannot read this, Dusty Rose. So it'll be a nice neutral palette, blush shade, since I've got the green on my eyes. I don't know. What do you think? Should I go more green on my eyes? I feel like I've got a lot of taupe and I need more green. What do you guys think? Oh, you want to see my curling iron? Yeah. Let me finish this and then I'll go grab my curling iron. Anyone have thoughts on whether or not I need more green? Well, if you have to ask, that means you should do it. So, and I am going to say this, I think this green, I have to use my fingers. I mean, I think it's like a cream green. So I wanted to do this demonstration with the, what do you call these things? The sponge tip applicators. But I think this is now that I've been pushing into it, this is a cream, and I really think I needed to be using my fingers. Yeah, see, oh my gosh. Now I can say I have green. Yeah, that actually is a much prettier, darker green because it was a cream color. Oh yeah, that's so pretty. But I still feel like I've got too much of the taupey color, gold color in my lash line. Oh, because I haven't put the mascara on because that might darken it. Okay, let's do mascara. And then I'll run grab my curling iron to show you the one I use. I've been using the same one for, I don't know, 10, 15 years. I will say, if you put a primer on your eyelashes before your mascara, it really does work and makes any mascara like a super thickening mascara. It just takes that extra step. And sometimes I forget to go back and I just put the primer on and forget to go back. All right, lips. Since it's in front of me, I'm just going to use this lip oil from Kosas in Unbuttered. It actually is very good color to use with this blush. I don't know if any of you tried the Kosas lip oils. It reminds me of, oh, I should put it back in here. It's not quite as slick as my City Lips moisturizing oil. It just feels so good on. It really does. Okay, and I could powder down just a little bit, but I don't think I'm going to. I was going to put the Jones Road Flush. I did use it at the beach right here to kind of give it that look like I came off the beach, even the days that I didn't go on the beach. Maybe I will too. I'm still going to use just a little bit right here. I mean, it is, you know, kind of a stickier balm, but I mean, I think you can see just a little flush. It gives it that little sunburned look. So that is kind of fun. I don't like it back here. My hair sticks to it. But I like it right up here. They do wear off pretty quick. I will always throw a lip oil in my bag or whatever, because they do wear off quick, but they feel good. Okay, so this is the final look. I really like the green eyeshadow. I have to like dig through my notes. Oh, I think I've got a little bit down here on who told me to do something besides neutrals. Because in my mind, I use like dark blues and deep grays, like for glam at night. But I do like this green for the day. Okay, let me grab my curling iron real quick. This is it. It is the Conair Ceramic Tools Porcelain Series. And this is a 1.5-inch barrel. And what I do, and I haven't been able to do this for a while, but now I can hold, I can hold this in my hands, it's about the same weight as a coffee cup with coffee. And I just go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, this, excuse me, gets super hot, so it will mark or discolor your countertops. So I usually I have like, sorry, when you're coughing live, what do you do? So I have a hot plate, like a trivet. I have a trivet on my bathroom counter, and then I have like one of those rubber heat mat type things on top of it. And that's what even with this up, I just feel like it gets hot. It emanates a lot of heat, and it doesn't turn off automatically. So I have left it on and come back hours later and it's still on. So if you're a hairdresser, that's wonderful because you don't want it turning off and then you grab it to use it. But you have to remember to unplug it when you're done using it. So, or put it on an outlet on a timer. That would work too. And in fact, I might have to start doing that. That is a really good idea, Lisa. Put it on a timer so that it only has power for like an hour, and then the power will go off. Because the older I get, and the more things I have to do, the more forgetful I get. Yeah, unplugging. That's something I will forget now. How fast can it warm up? 60 seconds. It's warm. It's one of those quick warmers. Love it. I have them in all different barrel sizes, but the one I use for me is the 1.5. Is this 1.5 or 1 3/4? Part of me feels like the 1.5 was smaller than this. Like I said, I have them in all different sizes. And at some point, I lost my phone. We knew I had my phone that I could look things up when I started this live, and I don't know where it is now. Okay. Oh. I put it inside my little travel kit here. If you have or don't have a watch and you cannot find your phone and you have an iPhone, the whole reason why I bought this watch is so I could do find my iPhone. I don't have to run, around looking for it. Let me look on Amazon, 1.5-inch. So I purchased these a couple years ago. Oh, that's a Hot Tools. Yeah, this one might be fatter. Do they come with a 2-inch? It doesn't look like 2-inch to me, but it might be considered the 2-inch barrel. No, it's 1.5 inch. Well, the other one must be 1.25 inch. Yeah, it's 1.5 inch. Because I had bought the Conair in silver too. I have it in silver. The silver one does turn off. So if you're scared of that, the silver Conair on Amazon, purchased it in 2017. It does go off, but I really like the ceramics. I don't even know if they still make the ceramics. I'm not seeing them listed. Maybe because too many people forgot to turn them off. So, anyways, that's it. They're starting demo on my house tomorrow for those that watch my little house tour. We're still waiting on the final plans. I was just putting electrical outlets and stuff like that with the architect. Then we should be able to get those off to get permits. But I'm excited to kind of move forward with the home remodel. And like I said, I'm 6-week post-op. Don't need to wear the sling as much, but I'm still definitely very limited mobility, and I still can't lift anything, or I'm not supposed to lift anything heavy with my arm. Still having trouble sleeping and all that stuff. I have been slowly releasing my rotator cuff videos. Yeah, they're slow going, but I've been taking notes of the whole recovery. Can you turn it on and do the bangs? I don't have another, I don't have a power strip here. You know, it's against that wall, so I wouldn't be able to do it in front of you. So, yeah, I don't. Yeah, everything else has really long cords, so they're all running. I'm in the middle of my room, and everything else is against the wall. But yeah, and even with the bangs, it, you know, it's just, that's all I do. That's how much I do it, just to get that little bump right there. When you use a curling iron, though, you can see how crooked you've cut your bangs. I don't know if any of you follow me on Instagram, but I was trimming my bangs with my non-dominant hand, right? I'm a lefty. That was the one that was in the sling. So I was trimming them with my non-dominant hand, and I kind of was just trimming them like this, you know, with my hair down. And I thought I did a pretty good job until my husband and I went to see a performance, my first live performance since I moved to Tennessee. And and we took a selfie picture, and I could see how terrible my bangs were. So I tried to trim them up, even them out a little bit more. But when you do the curling iron, you really can see when you're not very good at trimming your bangs. So, they are a little bit better than they were, though. All right. Well, I guess it's been an hour, so I try and keep my lives to an hour. So, yeah, this is final look. Talked about my new makeup. Oh no, I did. Oh, gosh, I'm going to talk about this super, super quick because this is kind of cute. And this is, like I said, it's almost sold out, and then they'll have a restock in September. So BK Beauty, if you use your makeup brushes, this is their little travel makeup kit. So they had an old travel makeup kit, which was this one, and it came with 5 small brushes, and then I would just put my tweezer in here, and I have one brown eyeliner that always stays here, then a little pencil sharpener, and an eyelash curler. And so this is what I would, it just sits like this, so then I can just grab it and, you know, throw a few things in the pocket, you know, like if I was going to take some makeup, and I just throw it in here in the pocket, and then find my short brushes Here's a short brush that comes with it, you know, and fill it up this way. But there are some times you want to use bigger brushes. So the way this one works is you pull it up and it's long. So you can put your big brushes in and you've got a lot more room. Put your makeup in first. A lot more room. And then you zip it up. So this is now traveling, protecting your long brushes. And then when you get to your destination, empty everything out. And then you pull the top down. And look, you've got a brush holder. It'll stand up. You can't see it. Look how cute this is. So it'll stand up on your counter. And then your brushes aren't laying flat on, you know, whatever counter that you're at. So anyways, I thought that was so cute. And I am taking it with me when I drive 10 hours. That's what started my shoulder from aching. But I'm driving 10 hours tomorrow to Virginia, see my dad. His birthday was Friday. So to see him, wish him happy birthday. And then we're heading to Richmond, Virginia, to do our fantasy football draft weekend. My husband's fantasy football draft weekend, different city every year. This is our 16th year. We've been to Charleston. We've been to 30A in Florida. We've been to Park City, Austin, Kansas City, Williamsburg, second time back in Virginia, Vegas, San Diego, Phoenix. Can't remember where else, but out of the 16 years, Vegas is the only one that we went to twice because it was year 2 and then we went again last year. Oh, Nashville. We did Nashville. Anyways, pretty fun. But this year it's in Richmond, Virginia. So I'm going to go see my dad up in Northern Virginia, and then my husband will fly in, and then we'll drive down to Richmond, Virginia, and then drive back. So it's kind of nice being back closer to the East Coast. So anyways, now it really is goodbye, and thank you all for watching. I'm sorry for those of you that came on in the beginning when I was having technical difficulties again. You would think I would have it figured out, but you know, this is the first time I set it up so early that my camera went to sleep. So yeah, I learn something new every time. But anyways, so thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.